Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Free Will. I'm V. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Um, y'all, I want to share a dream that I had today, and it's been ailing me all day. Um, I don't want nobody to get creeped out or whatever, but it wasn't like a scary dream, but you know how it's like, that's when I know, because I have a lot of dreams. Y'all, if you've been with me for a while, you know my dreams. I have a playlist on here about my dreams, and my dreams, certain dreams that I have been messages, warnings, um, that comes true, have came true. And this one really blew my mind. I know I have mediumship abilities. I don't really tap into it too much, only because I don't like surprises. I've never liked surprises. I don't like to be caught off guard. So, I don't like spirits to just pop out on me like, "Hey," you know what I mean? And I feel like I made an agreement with the divine a while ago, because I realized that I have a connection with spirits. I've literally seen spirits in my lifetime, like more than once, in the physical, in the flesh, like not in the flesh because they're a spirit, but I've seen spirits more than once in my life, and it always been caught off guard. And that just doesn't sit well with me. Like I'm the type of person that don't even like surprise parties. Like my family knows I don't like surprises. Like I will get pissed off before I'll get happy. Like I don't like surprises. So the fact that you can't, like, it ain't like a spirit can call you up and say, "Hey, I'm on my way. I'm coming to see you." You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like I just don't like the whole off guard thing. But I kind of made an agreement with the divine a long time ago. Like, if I am a medium and I have these abilities, I would prefer if they would come to me in my dreams. I can handle it that way. I'll deliver whatever message that needs to be delivered. If you just come in my dreams, I feel more better that way. I feel more comfortable that way, more safe that way. And I've had dreams about, I've had spirits come to me in my dreams, but it was always people that I either knew, like family or friends, or somebody I was familiar with. You know what I mean? It was never really, I never had a dream about a complete stranger. You know what I mean? Like a complete spirit that's a stranger. Never. It's always been people that I know of. You know what I mean? People I'm familiar with, people I've seen before in my life, even if it was once or when I was younger. I knew these people, I've seen these people, I was familiar with these people, I've heard of these people. Today was different because I had a dream about a little girl, and how I knew she was a spirit was because I tried to I tried to pick her up. Because, okay, so in a dream, this little girl was, I want to say between the ages no more than 8 years old. She kind of looked about 6, 7, 8 the most, but she was sitting on a floor, and she was like we were like in this house. I could tell it was dark out, like I could tell it was nighttime. Um, and she was sitting there, and she was really quiet. She was shy. She was very timid, um, like standoffish. But she had like the puppiest eyes. Like her eyes was like puppy eyes. Like I could see the sadness in her eyes. Like she just, I only thing that I can keep saying from the dream is like she had puppy eyes, like just the puppiest eyes. And it just gave me sadness, like, and she was really shy. Like she wouldn't really say. Only thing that I got out of her, because I said to her, I was like, "Well, what's your name?" And she said, "Savannah." I don't know anybody, no little girls named Savannah. I don't know nobody named Savannah, y'all. Nobody, nobody. I could still see her face in my head. I could still see that image in my head. It's like a movie. You know what I mean? I could still see it. It's very clear. It's very vivid. The closest person that she looked like I can describe her at, I would say like she seems familiar. If you ever seen the movie Them, It was a black little girl in the movie. She played like the daughter in the movie, and she also played in Fatherhood with Kevin Hart. I think that's the name of it. I know that's not the little girl, but that's who she kind of reminded me of. Like she kind of looked similar to that little girl. She was like mocha, chocolate brown skin. She had thick hair, thick, full hair, but it was like braided, like two braid. I couldn't see the back of her head, but I seen like two messy big braids on like on the side of her each, like on the side of her face. So it was kind of like a part in the middle and like two thick braids on the side, like, but they wasn't like perfect. They were kind of like messy, like, not messy messy. It didn't look like freshly neatly braided. You get what I'm saying? They were like big doodle braids, kind of, you know what I mean? And she was sitting on the floor in this house by herself, and I knew it was dark outside. Like it wasn't no light in this room, in this house, wherever we was. It was like it was no light in there, but I somehow knew it was dark out. Like I knew the sky was midnight blue. It's almost like I could see it. You get what I mean? And she was sitting alone on the floor, and in a dream, I was trying to make her feel comfortable. I was like, trying to talk to her because she just was so like shy and timid and standoffish, but I couldn't understand why was she by herself, why her eyes were so like she had just sadness in her eyes. Her eyes just were so like she had puppy eyes, and she just kept looking at me. Like she would look at me but like shy, like shyly look. I don't know, shyly is not even a word, but it was like she would look at me like if she wanted to engage in me, like engage with me, talk to me, but she didn't want to say much, or maybe she didn't feel comfortable enough to say much. You know what I mean? Like it was like I knew she wasn't afraid of me, but it was almost like she was like not really comfortable. Like I don't really know if I want to tell you. You know what I mean? Because I was trying in the dream, I said to her, I was like, well, what's your name? And she said, Savannah. And I was like, and what made me realize she was a spirit, because I didn't know she was a spirit until I tried to help her up off the floor. When I tried to pick her up or like grab her arm or grab her hand to like lift her up off the floor, my hand went through her. My hand went through her body, like through her arm, like through. Sorry, I just hit the mic. But my hand went through her arm, like through. I knew immediately in the dream. My mind said, oh shit, this is a ghost. She's a spirit. And then I'm like, I immediately was like trying to find out what happened to her. I wanted to help her. In the dream, it was like I wanted to help her, but she was so shy and timid and standoffish. But it wasn't like she was like running from me, or like she was just sitting there. Like she was just sitting there, just looking at me with the puppy eyes, but very standoffish. Like her 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 body language was just like so like shy. Like I don't know what else to say, but that's how I knew she was a spirit, that she was a ghost, because when I tried to help her up off the floor, my hand went right through her, and I immediately knew, oh shit, oh my god, this is a spirit. You know what I mean? Like, and then I wanted to help her. I was like, well, okay. And this is my mindset in the dream. I'm like, okay, what can I do? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? You know what I mean? So I immediately, I'm like, what happened? Like, what happened to you? Why are you here? Like, but she wouldn't tell me nothing else. I didn't get nothing else out of her. Nothing else was said. At like, she wouldn't tell me nothing else. And after that, I woke up like, and I was like, it's been ailing me all day. Like, I can't get it off. And I was not even gonna get on here and say anything, because I'm like, this is gonna sound crazy, but there has been times where I've had dreams, and I knew I was sounding crazy. I knew it felt crazy. It didn't make any sense to me in that moment. And later on down the line, it made total sense. You know what I mean? So I've learned to accept that sometimes at the moment you may not understand something, and later on you will understand. So I don't know who this message may be for. I don't know if somebody has lost a child, a family member, a friend, whoever this little girl is. She was brown skin, thick hair, I want to say no older than 8 years old. She kind of gave me 6, 7, or 8 years old. I'm guessing her name was Savannah when I asked her, or maybe Savannah, Georgia could be very significant. I don't know. I looked on social media to see if I seen anything that could relate to her, of like if there was any missing children or anything like that, but I came up nothing. Like I didn't get any information on TikTok. I didn't get anything on the internet. So I don't know if her spirit, because sometimes before people die, sometimes their spirit may visit, you get what I mean, may visit a medium or may visit their loved one. So a part of me is like, has she passed already? Is she already passed, or is she about to pass? You get what I mean? And her spirit is visiting me early on, or is she already passed on? You know what I mean? And maybe she just not comfortable with telling me what happened to her. Um I know a black cat was very significant in the dream. A black cat was very significant. There was a black cat in my dream. I don't know if she had a black cat, if somebody had a black cat, all black cat. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who this is for. I'm still kind of lost for words, y'all. I don't know. All I can say is I don't know, because I don't know right now. But I don't know who this might be for. I don't know what else to say. I'm just going to leave it there. If this sounds familiar to you, if you know who this is, please let me know in the comment section. If you know anybody, a little girl, anybody named Savannah, or somebody from Savannah, Georgia, a little girl, a black little girl, mocha complexion, puppy eyes. Um, and again, how I described her look was, again, she favored the little girl in the movie Them and Fatherhood, the movie with Kevin Hart, Fatherhood. Mind you, I don't even watch those movies. I've seen them one time, and that was a long time ago. It's not even like I was watching those movies before I went to sleep. None of that. You get what I mean? I don't know. This dream came from left field. So yeah, guys, that's it. I just wanted to share that. Adios.